Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today it's Tuesday, and yesterday afternoon this machine was dropped off. So it's a lovely machine here. It's a MLA. I've been dying to try one of these for quite a long time. So here it is. It's a pivot steer Manitou Telehandler. We're not going to do too much with it today because I've just been trying to learn how it goes really. It's a 5 metre reach, 3.3 tonne lift, and 145 horsepower with a Vario transmission. And I've only driven it around the yard briefly, just moving some bales around. And one thing which comes to me is it's got very good visibility, and it's also surprisingly manoeuvrable, considering the size of machine that it is. Everything on it as well is really well engineered. I'd say if anything over engineered. You can see by the build quality of the steel and the parts on it, is built like a tank, this thing. So leave a comment in the comment section if you get on with these pivot steer telehandlers, or if you prefer sort of the more conventional all-wheel steer telehandler. I suppose really the biggest advantage with this is the lifting capacity. It is a 3.3 tonne lift. However, when the axle's straight, it is about 5 tonne lift. So you lose a bit of lift capacity when you turn the wheels. So it all depends on where your wheels are really. But you can just see the engineering in this thing is just amazing. All the different parts and the components, the engineering which has gone into it is amazing. It's actually got a muck grab, and it also has a bucket as well. But I really like it. It's also got spicer front axles, easy access grease points, and then on the back you've also got the engine bay on the back as well here. So it's all really well engineered. You can have a telescopic hitch on the back as well. I suppose the other thing is it is quite tall, so sort of you're probably better off with a sort of mid-size, larger size arable farm, or maybe like a dairy farm or something like that. But if we get in, you can drop these doors back here, look, just like that. So I have got the keys. There we go, look. Yeah, there we go, in the cab. So, unfortunately, it's been raining today. That's what the view looks like. It has been raining a fair bit. And so anyway, we'll just take it out over the road, because I'm going to use it on Thursday, muck spreading, because that's when the weather changes. I have got Jim from Manitou coming over tomorrow to show me how it all goes, and it is lovely. Lovely cab space. So we'll just start it up, put on the brake. Now, obviously it's been raining, just put the windscreen wiper on, that'll just clear all of that. So we've got the JSM joystick, very similar to our 630, which is JSM. We've also got a throttle control, just very similar to our 630 control. You've got your boom suspension as well, if you like that sort of thing as well. So near enough, it drives very similarly to our 630, being the Vario as well. So it's really easy to drive. So the only thing, of course, different is it was obviously pivot steer. So if I take the handbrake off here, you'll see what I mean. So surprisingly manoeuvrable. So pop her up. Right, what I'm going to do, because I haven't properly driven one of these before, I'm going to take it in a field where we've got a bit of room. So obviously pivot steer. I'm surprised already by how manoeuvrable it is, considering its size. It is quite a large bit of kit, it's a large machine, but it does move very well for the type of machine that it is. And that's sort of partly down, I suppose, to the fact that it is articulated. And of course, another benefit to an articulated machine is reduced tyre wear. So the machine won't wear out your tyres as bad as, say, an all-wheel steer machine, because obviously the wheels are turning a lot more and a lot more aggressively, whereas with an articulated machine they don't turn as aggressively. We've got the boom suspension, I'll just put that on. So yeah, very versatile, very manoeuvrable. Boom in and out, obviously. This was nice and clean, this machine, but it's getting a bit dirty now. Yeah, 145 horsepower, so plenty of poke, plenty of grunt if you want to do any high torque, any high power demanding tasks like muck spreading, like loading grain lorries and things like that. So not a bad engine in this puppy. Come around here, 145 horsepower Deutz engine. So you can literally just come in at an angle almost. There we go. 8 litres per minute load sensing hydraulic pump on it, which I must say does make quite a big difference, and you do need it really on a machine of this size. But you'll see now, considering the size of the machine, it is surprisingly quite manoeuvrable. So there we are, just taking it back to the yard and really trying to get used to it before we do the muck spreading. I'll just take you around the back and you can see the engine bay. It's pretty cool. You've got the Deutz 4-cylinder, 145 horsepower. You've got your DPFs there. Obviously nowadays everything requires DPF. Hydraulic oil, and then you've got your easy access to your filters. That's all in front of you. You've got this enormous radiator for the cooling, and then of course another DPF back there, and your battery, diesel, AdBlue tank as well. So it is actually quite easy to get to. And lower down you've got the tow hitch. You can also have an optional hydraulic hitch, and you can also have hydraulic spools as well, which is great if you ever wanted to tow like a trailer or something like that, like a grain trailer or something. So everything is quite easy to get at, to be fair. I'm quite surprised for such a high output machine. It has been really well thought out and really well put together. And then you just drop your handle down, and then there you go. So Vario as well. So I mean, the thing is with Vario, once you go for it, you can never really go back, and we found that with our smaller 630. Once you get used to the sort of Vario, I suppose you could call it, lifestyle on the farm, especially around the yard, if you're on concrete all the time, constantly backwards and forwards all day, you just don't really want to go back sometimes from Vario. So some people call it CVT. There's different transmissions. Some are hydrostatic, some are continuously variable, sort of CVT units. But for the most part, as you can see, great machine. It's got a pin and cone headstock. I believe a lot of them had pin and cone headstocks, the pivot steers, from sort of back in the olden days when they had sort of old Sandersons and Mapbros and things. So you can have any headstock you like on them. We have the Manitou headstock on ours, so we can't use the same implements we have on the farm with this one, hence why it's come with a muck grab and bucket, ideal for muck spreading. I'm going to put the 6930 on the muck spreader. That's going to go on a bunning muck spreader at the end of the week, and then we'll be ready with this, the MLA, to go and spread the muck. So let me know in the comment section what do you think about it. Obviously we can't give it a good workout until we go muck spreading, but so far really impressed with it. High output, large machine. It is surprisingly manoeuvrable, and it is of course down to the sort of the way this machine moves with the articulated motion. I do really like it actually, and it does, I mean, like all the things, it takes getting used to if you've been used to, for ourselves, you know, the all-wheel steer telehandlers, we're just used to the normal one. Going to something like this is obviously quite a lot different. And I suppose the main advantage is you've got a bigger cab, more comfortable cab, better visibility. That's something I've noticed. And also slightly more manoeuvrable in some aspects of the farm. Of course, with the smaller 630, that machine is quite nimble because it's small, it's low, it gets in all of our old sheds, which were really built for like sort of old 135 tractors and things like that. So this is obviously in some sheds, you know, this would be too big. But then if you're doing a high output work, if you're a contractor, if you're doing a lot of muck spreading, sort of large arable farmer, cereal farmer, and you're doing high output work, then I would definitely look at one of these as your next replacement telehandler, just because it has a high output capacity, great maneuverability, plenty of horsepower, 145 horsepower, and more than anything, it's just so comfortable in that cab. And of course you can have both doors open should you so wish. It is a really nice place to spend the day, and I do like it already. So trying to justify the trading the 630 for this, but we wouldn't need anything as big as this. But it's lovely to try it, and I'm appreciative of Manitou UK for sending this over for the muck spreading to go with the tractor, the 6930, to spread the muck. So let me know what you think of it in the comment section. I'm going to put it away now, and we'll be muck spreading later on in the week. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Click here to subscribe to the channel. And click here to watch another Olly's Farm video.